by way of positive energy. I'm a life coach, I'm a mentor, I'm a motivational speaker, but I wasn't always a motivational speaker. I lost my mother in 1993 of AIDS. And I didn't have no mom growing up. I didn't have no mother figure. I had a grandmother. How many of us have grandmothers here that's been by our side? Our grandmothers do everything for us, right? Everybody knows that women are the nurturers, right? Everybody knows that women is the rib of what God made us to be, right? We come from a woman. And why JR? I know everybody looking at me. Why they choose JR to come speak to this group of women, right? So I'm gonna tell you why they chose JR, right? So I done traveled the world and I saw all these situations. And right now we deal with a climate where men and women are bashing each other uncontrollably, right? Can you guys agree with me? Raise your hand if you see that on social media. Men should do this, women should do this, we should do this, right? It's a lot of situations that we deal with that's really, really heavy, you know? And why JR? Why are you allowed to speak on that? First of all, I'm gonna throw the disclaimer out there. I've never been married, so I don't know about the marriage relationships. I'm not a marriage counselor. I am a JR counselor. I speak on real topics. I'm here to understand. I speak by way of what God is leading me to tell you. So when I lost my mother of age, she was on crack. I'm from California, Long Beach, California. My mother, before she was on AIDS, she was a beautiful woman. I heard stories of what she done in the community in Long Beach, California, what she provided, right? But some way down the range, she got addicted to crack cocaine. In that time frame, my dad had to figure out how he was gonna raise 2 black kids in Compton and Long Beach, California. So he had to dig in his rucksack and understand who he was and how to raise a girl, my sister, who is a female, and raise a son in a gang-infested, drug environment situation. And everybody has a story, right, for me, but this is not a for me story. This is how the evolution comes. This is the energy, and pay attention. I want you guys to take notes. So what he instilled in me, I didn't know that my dad was instilling in me as a leader. When I graduated from the 5th grade, my dad bought me a backpack, right? And I wanted a Ninja Turtle backpack. And before the graduation started, he brought me out a briefcase that had Ninja Turtles on it. So I said, well, I didn't know that he was framing me for this type of work that I'm doing now, right? How do you raise a CEO? How do you raise a leader? How do you raise a soldier? How do you raise someone that stand up in the community that respects women, right? We have a lot of situations where right now, women are not being respected in a situation where they deserve to be. And I want you guys to know, before we even get into this, I love you guys and I respect you and you deserve to be here and you're way more precious than rubies, right? So, and that's why we're here to elevate and achieve. Give you guys a hand clap for being just women in this room. It's very, very commendable to understand that women go through so much trials and tribulations that sometimes men don't even understand what you guys are going through, right? We don't take the time to slow down. And like I said, this is no man versus women situation. This is a real situation that we're all dealing with, that we have to understand that we got to give women their power back, right? So real women, you guys need your power back. And how do we do this? What Miss Marie is doing. Having a conference. Matter of fact, give her a hand clap. What she's doing. We love you so much for just bringing this together. She's brand new in Tampa, and she's already fire blazing. And right, when we talked and we had our meet and greet, I felt like I've known her for like 20 years, right? So when we talked, she started telling me about her purpose and what God wanted her and what she could provide. And I said, check this out. I just spoke on my podcast, and I said, one of my lanes that I was going to use, because I have 3 niches. I talk to the military veterans, I talk to kids, and I talk to women. She told me she's having the first women conference. God told me to allow me to be on that conference. And she said, okay. And when she said, okay, I had to go prepare. Because God did tell me that, but God didn't tell me how to prepare, right? So we're not going to act like that. Everybody prays for a good family, $1 million, less violence, more motivation. But how do you do that? How do you get them tools, right? Them tools we get coming here at 10 o'clock in the morning and serving each other, right? We got away from being servants of each other. We got away from selfless service. Right now, this is selfless service to this woman that had an idea to have 100 women in a building, and look what we have. We have a blessing, and we don't take anything from what JR says, we take it where We take away love, networking, fellowship, and understanding that women together is way stronger than anything that a man can do, right? Women bring life. You guys should be more excited because you guys are the only people that can bring life into this world. A man can't do it. We're not going to sit here and play. It's a lot of things in that climate that I can't talk about because sometimes I'm muffled because I'm a public speaker and I'm very cognizant of who I talk to and what I talk about. But these are the real women in this room that give birth to human beings right here. So let's not act like that you guys don't go through 9 months of trial and tribulation to make this who you guys are right now, right? My mother, she went through what she went through, but look where I'm at right now. In September, I start my doctorate, so I can't hate her for that. I can't hate her for the choices that she chose, but guess what she did choose? She chose life. My mother was on crack when she had me. We're not gonna sit here and play like that's not a bad thing. JR been mentally disabled before the military, before any of that. But guess what that man did right there? That man took everything that he had to wield me into the person I am today. And I'm still learning. I'm still growing. Every situation I go through, my father, if you guys don't know, you see the kids that play sports, right? Mm-hmm. And you have the women that's always with their sons. Where are the fathers at? Right? So I bring my father because he's my coach. He's my mentor. He's my best friend. He's the situation that when times get hard, I look and turn to him. I recently went through a bankruptcy with my company that I started. It was called Rat Pack Worldwide Security. Rat Pack Worldwide Security we had the biggest security company in Tampa. I didn't do my business right. I didn't have no love and protection, right? I didn't have no women around me, lioness, to protect the pride, right? So when I went down and I was a laughing stock of Tampa and Florida. If you Google my name, you will see that I owned a company that was called Rat Pack Worldwide Security. But when I went bankrupt, guess what God said? You ready to listen? I need you to go tell your message to these women. I need you to go tell this message to these veterans. I need you to go motivate these kids. I am here to motivate the unmotivated, right? And a lot of us, right, we say, okay, I'm gonna come here and get motivated, but what do you do after motivation? Ask yourself that. Look at each other and say, what do we do after motivation? It's okay, talk to each other. What do we do? What do we do after this conference is over, right? And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you the tools of what we do. First of all, we hear, and we're taking the mantle by storm. Second of all, stay in contact with Miss Marie. Stay in contact with the situations. Stay in contact with the panel that's behind us, the panel that spoke. Stay in contact with your network. Everybody in this room should have everybody's number. Why? Because what you might not do for me today, you can do for me tomorrow. And I had a speech that I gave yesterday for kids, and we spoke about it. We all have our niche of friends. Every friend is not for everything. And we're not going to sit here and act like that. And I think that's the situation right now. All friends, everybody that said they have friends, our expectations are so high of that friend. But what if that friend only can change a tire? What if that friend can only pick up a shovel? What if that friend can only bring a gallon of milk? But we're expecting the person that brings a gallon of milk to play that piano over there. We can't do that with each other. We got to honor and love each other. I'm going to give you a situation. When Miss Marie came to me and told me, like, hey, JR, I'm doing a conference, and it's called, right? We uplift each other. Guess what I told her? I got 2 women for you that'll be special in this event, and they're sitting right here in the corner. Because it's not about me. It's not about me. I can't do what you guys can do, but I know who can do it for you. That's called business to business. I'm dropping dimes if you guys don't know. It's called B2B. So what I couldn't do in that elevation of her, I got 2 women that can do that from my church that can do it better than I can ever do it. And they are women, right? I'm just a man. I'm nowhere near what you guys can do. Your anatomy is so different from men, right? Your anatomy is so different. You carry, how many months are you?
5 months.
5 months. How do I know that you're bearing a child? Because of how you're positioned, how you're sitting. How are we getting away from knowing that this beautiful woman is carrying a baby, but we ignore the situation? We should cater to that because life is precious. You can't pay for a life. And I'm going to tell you why. I done saw life come into this world, and we done took life. I got two of my Ranger buddies here, Ranger Remy and Calvin, that served me in combat, that we fought for our country from the ages of 20 to 36. And we put our lives on the line and lost tons of friends. 30, 40, 50 friends that we know. We can't bring life back. If we can bring life back, it'll be a video game. Spawn on you can get right back up. Right? But we went out there and we did what we had to did for our country. But guess what women can do? Women can bear a child for 9 months, bring that child into the world, and that child could end up being the president of the United States. Right? Think about that. Think about that. Men, we don't have nothing to do with that. And I'm so happy that you're here because that baby can hear me, right? And it can hear mama's joy and understanding. And I don't know you, but God is telling me to talk to you. That you got something special in your life, right? God is going to take that child, and that child is going to be a king. I don't know the gender. And then it's a boy. And he will be special. Right? And that's what I do, right? I go around and I life coach and I mentor, and I don't just do it because, let me stand up, because that's what I do. So I don't do it because I have the energy. I don't do it because I get paid to do this. I do it because I come in here and I can feel the room. This audience is so different to me. You guys are like plants, trees. Women are like trees. When you sprout up, all your fruit is on there, and your fruit gets sold all around the world, and everybody else get a chance to experience your fruit. I'm a fruit of my mother. I talk to 100,000 people. How did that happen? And my mother's not even here. God had that happen. So that was the passion. I thought that my mother was dying of AIDS as a little boy, that was the end of me. It's only the beginning. Why? Because I am her offspring via my father, right? They came together, made a situation happen, and now look at me, I'm here. So I need you guys to understand that I love you guys and I care for you. And I'm not here because it's a whole drama effect. I'm here because God sent me here. And I am the hood motivator because I came from the hood, but I'm very educated. I'm very determined. I'm very respectable. I'm a leader. So I don't do anything by choice. This is what God wanted me to do, and I'm going to walk in my design. And this is my design. Every single one of you guys have a design. And I need you to tell yourself that. I have a design. Say that to yourself. Say that to yourself. And your design, check it out. The whole culture of the world is shifting. And you quickly have to pick up who you are and what God made you to be. And right now, we don't have no more time. So stop acting like you have time. You don't have no more time to think about your goals, dreams, and passion. If you don't act today, tomorrow's not promised. How do I know that? How do I know that? Almost took my life 4 times. It's not a joke. The last time was March 3rd, 2022. My best friend left to medical school. He left me with the company. Left me around people that didn't appreciate me and love me. Left me with a bunch of vultures. Right? How many of us been in a situation where we only want to win and everybody else want to win off of us? Right? You can raise your hand. How many people have been in a situation, I'm going to say that one more time, that been in a situation where you want to win, but the people around you want you to win for them? Right? And you carry all the weight. And it gets heavy. Where do the strong people go? Let's get there. Raise your hand. Listen, it's okay to be weak. Raise your hand. I'm weak right now. You can raise your hand, be vulnerable. How many of us came in this conference weak? I came in this conference weak. I'm tired. I had a whole week of speaking. I'm working with Jake Paul. I'm working all over. But guess what? I was not going to miss today. Because God told me to come in here and deliver this message for Miss Marie. Because I can't let her down. I looked at her and told her I got to honor. And she told me with an invisible pen, Jared, you signed the dotted line? Let's make it work. Guess what? If God don't want you in a position, he's going to remove you. But listen, don't take it as something negative. Take it as what God wants you to do. Maybe there's another door opening and you can still support that situation, you feel me? But you don't have to always be bitter. How many times we wake up and we on the wrong side of the bed, literally? Wrong side. I sleep alone. And sometimes I'm on top of Mega. Mega, he right there. Where Mega at? You know what I'm saying? Because we literally wake up on the wrong side of the bed because we go to sleep on the wrong side of the bed. Now, think about that. We use that term out of turn. We wake up on the wrong side of the bed, but we go to sleep mad. We mad at our husbands. We mad at our boyfriends. We mad at our sons. We mad at the men in our life because we can't control what the situation. I'm going to tell you right now, God ain't put women in a position to control men. We work as team. We're partners. It's the reason why I'm not married. It is not because I don't understand women. I need a partner. I ran my race already. I'm LeBron. I need a Anthony Davis, right? I need somebody to throw the ball to, right? I need somebody to cheer. I'm a cheerleader. I want to cheer my wife on. Go get it. Go get it. That's me. But until God's put that in my position, I got to do this right here, right? And it's very cognizant. We're going to address the elephant in the room, right? When I come speak at women conferences, a lot of the women that I speak to outside of this room right here, they take it differently, and I gotta be careful, right? That's why I got these two women in the back right here. My manager and my assistant. I got lions around me to protect me from the predators that try to switch my narrative, right? Right? We're going around, right? Yeah. On a 1 to 10 scale, you know, my family tells me, right? So I'm not that tall, I'm 5'8", but I do think I look nice, right? So when I look in the mirror, I look nice. You know, I work out, I'm educated, I do my thing, right? So when I do talk the beautiful words to the women, the lady want to marry me. And I said, maybe I can't do that. I can't, because that's not what God wants me to do. But what I can't do is find somebody else that can marry you that I bless off of. Right? But if you're not marked by God, you would take it and you would mess up your opportunity to speak to these women, right? We have messed that up because we are flesh. And I'm not, let's take away what God wants us to do and think about all of us are built through flesh. We have urges. We have life experience that we want to go through. I'm a single male. But I'm not going to get it twisted that I don't see attractive people. But what I don't do is try to get involved with what God wants me to do to honor my flesh, right? I'm not here to gain followers so I can hit on you later. Let's throw that out the window. As God leads you to me, and he makes sure my life, it is what it is. But I'm not out here in an ultimatum to lure you to do something that you don't want to do. So let's get that out of our heads, right? Because I don't want you to go away. It's like, oh, if I get Jared a life coach for me,